Have you ever seen a piece of furniture that stopped you in your tracks? A table that looks like a frozen river, a countertop that glows like a geode, or a desk that holds an entire ocean inside? That's the magic of epoxy furniture. It's where raw, organic wood meets the liquid glass of resin, creating something that's not just furniture, it's functional art. Maybe you've scrolled past these pieces online and wondered, how is that even made? Or maybe you're feeling inspired and want to create your own. Well, you're in the right place. Whether you're a complete beginner or a curious crafter, this video is your complete guide to the beautiful, sometimes intimidating, but always rewarding world of epoxy furniture. We're going to break down the styles, the process, the costs, and the secrets to success, all without the overwhelm. So, grab a notebook and let's dive in. So you're curious about epoxy furniture, those stunning, glossy tables and countertops you've probably seen glowing online. Well, let's walk through everything that makes this craft so captivating. At its heart, epoxy furniture is where artistry meets function. It starts with pouring epoxy resin, a liquid that cures into a glass-like solid, over wood or into molds, often mixed with dazzling pigments, dyes, and unique inclusions. The result? A durable, one-of-a-kind piece of functional art. Now, when it comes to style, the possibilities are endless. You've likely seen the famous river table, where a stream of epoxy, often tinted mesmerizing blues, flows between two live-edge slabs of wood, sometimes even lit from within. Then there's the geode style, which uses crushed glass, crystals, and metallic pigments to create deep, sparkling geological wonders. For something more fluid, ocean or wave effects layer blues and whites to mimic sea foam, often pressed with actual sand or shells. If you love mid-century modern, the terrazzo look, speckled with chips of stone or colorful resin, might be your call. And for pure creative freedom, abstract art pieces let you play with metallic pores, cells, and lacing to make something truly singular. Of course, to bring these visions to life, you'll need some key materials and tools. That means a high-quality, furniture-grade epoxy resin and its specific hardener, a beautiful wood base like walnut or oak, and pigments like alcohol inks or mica powders. Don't forget mold release and wood sealant. For tools, you'll need a perfectly level surface, mixing cups, a heat gun or torch to pop bubbles, sanding equipment for that perfect finish, and crucial protective gear. Gloves, a respirator, and goggles are non-negotiable. The creation process itself is a journey. It begins with preparing your wood, drying it thoroughly, sealing any cracks, and building a level form. Then comes the pour, where precision is everything, mixing resin and hardener exactly, adding your colors, and pouring in thin layers to avoid excessive heat, carefully removing bubbles as you go. Patience is key here, as each layer needs its full cure time. Finally, after days of curing, you demold and begin the finishing work, sanding through progressively finer grits and polishing until that mirror shine emerges. The beauty of epoxy furniture isn't just in its looks. It's incredibly durable, resistant to scratches, heat, and chemicals. It's fully customizable, creates a seamless, level surface, preserves and stabilizes the wood within, and is completely waterproof, making it perfect for kitchens or bathrooms. But it's only fair to talk about the challenges, too. This isn't the cheapest hobby. Quality materials add up, and there's a definite learning curve. Safety is paramount because of fumes, so ventilation and protective equipment are a must. Beginners often wrestle with bubbles or imperfections. The finished pieces can be very heavy, and some resins can yellow over time without UV protection. To set yourself up for success, keep a few pro tips in mind. Control your workspace temperature. Aim for the 70s Fahrenheit. Measure your resin and hardener with absolute precision. Start with a small project like a coaster or serving tray before tackling a table. Invest in quality resin from the start. Cheaper options often lead to disappointment. Embrace patience. Rushing curing or sanding shows. And always test your color mixes, as pigments can shift when cured. Caring for your masterpiece is simple. Clean with mild soap and water. Use coasters. Avoid harsh chemicals, and give high-gloss pieces a yearly polish to maintain their shine. On the topic of cost, it varies widely. A DIY small table might cost a few $100s in materials, while a large river table could run into the thousands. Professionally made pieces are an investment, often ranging from several thousand to $10,000 or more, especially with exotic wood or complex designs. If you're feeling inspired to start, begin small. Try an epoxy-coated serving tray, a cheese board, or a piece of wall art. There's a wealth of knowledge out there: fantastic YouTube channels, online courses, local workshops, and guides from epoxy manufacturers themselves. And as you explore, consider the environment. Opt for low VOC or eco-friendly resins when you can, dispose of materials responsibly, and think about the source of your wood. In the end, creating epoxy furniture is a beautiful blend of woodworking, chemistry, and pure artistry. It can be challenging, yes, but the reward, a stunning, functional piece you made with your own hands, is absolutely worth it. Do your research, gear up safely, and dive in. Each piece is a new lesson, and the journey is just as beautiful as the finished table. And that's it, your roadmap to creating something truly spectacular. From the dreamlike flow of a river table to the cosmic sparkle of a geode piece, you now know that these stunning creations come down to preparation, patience, and a bit of creative courage. Remember, every master was once a beginner. Your first project might be a simple coaster or a small art piece, and that's perfect. The most important step is to start. Invest in your safety, invest in quality materials, and most importantly, invest in the patience to let the process unfold. If you found this guide helpful, do us a favor and give this video a thumbs up. It really supports the channel. Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss our deep dives into specific techniques, like nailing that perfect ocean wave or mastering bubble-free pours. Now we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us which epoxy style speaks to you most. Are you team river table or team abstract ocean? Or do you have a project idea brewing? Let's chat. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, keep creating, and remember, your next piece of furniture isn't just a project. It's a story waiting to be poured.